but I'm confident that AJ down the road will go and win it off either of them.
Pro boxing fans here in Riyadh, Frank Smith, always a pleasure to see you, sir. It is warm, it's hot. How are you? How's things?
I'm good, mate. I'm good. It is hot, but it's lovely. It's nicer than being in the rain, which I hear is hammering down in England.
I love it. I love this weather. Let's talk about this card, mate. First of all, let's talk about your fighters. Jai Opasai, I was telling Eddie yesterday, probably the baddest man on the planet. He's so cool, but yeah, he's so destructive in the ring. Just talk to me about Jai's journey, provided that he wins on Saturday night. What's the next route for Jai Opasai?
He's ice cold. You've seen it in the fights he's had recently. You know, he's a tremendous talent, and he was out the ring for a long time. People sort of not forgot about him, but he was on the back burner, and now he's back, and he's in a great position. You know, Breedis is a real fight. The first time round, I think a lot of people were shocked when he got the win against Breedis, but he's a brilliant fighter. And look, this sets up some huge opportunities. There's so much as well in the heavyweight division right now. That's a potential for him, you know, to go up and go through the fights there, just like Oleksandr Usyk did back in the day. So, and I think he's got the ability to do that. But Breedis is a real test for him, and I think we're in for a great fight on Saturday night. But he's a special talent.
Going off what Joe Cordina said in the past, it's going to be he wants a unification or wants to move up. What is the steps in regards to Joe, providing he beats Anthony Cacace on Saturday night?
Yeah, look, it's a tough fight against Anthony Cacace, but I believe Joe's number one in the division. Those unifications got to be the targets. I think when it comes to the weight, he doesn't want to stay there too long if he's not getting the big fights, if he's not getting those unifications. So I think all eyes focused on Saturday night, because Cacace is going to be a test. It's a real test, but he's the best in the division, and I think you're going to see a brilliant performance from him, just like you've seen in his other fights when he won the belt twice now. You know, obviously he lost it due to the injury, but won it twice now in two great performances, and I think you're going to see that on Saturday as well. And then, yeah, definitely the focus is to go and become unified after this.
I do have to talk about the main event, the biggest fight in 25 years in the heavyweight division, because all the belts are on the line. Frank, how do you see this one playing out? You've got Oleksandr Usyk, who is just super cool. I don't think he's let Tyson get to him in the build-up of this fight. And Tyson looks slim, lean, he looks good. Talk to me about this one.
Yeah, look, people saying who's going to win it, but the joy of putting the two best together to become undisputed championship, it should be a 50-50, and that's what we got. It's got a 50-50. That's why people are going to tune in. That's why you don't need the shit talking, you don't need the games. They both know what they're in for. Oleksandr Usyk's a special fighter. He's 300 odd amateur fights, become undisputed at cruiserweight, unified at heavyweight. But Tyson Fury, every time he's written off, he proves people wrong. And that's why we're all excited to see it. But we're going to see an undisputed heavyweight champion on Saturday, and it's been a long time in the making. But I'm confident that AJ down the road will go and win it off either of them.
I was just going to come to AJ. We know he's been in Riyadh since Sunday. I don't think he's going to, it doesn't look like he's going to attend any event till fight night, but he is going to be there on fight night watching this fight. Is there any chance that AJ jumps the queue? That there is a chance that he jumps in between that rematch between him and between Tyson and Oleksandr?
I think there's a contracted rematch in place for the two to do two fights. Obviously, if something was to happen, and you know, if there was an injury or whatever, you know, we hope there isn't. But boxing's a crazy sport, as we've seen. Anything's possible, but I think, you know, that we would want to make that fight happen. But obviously, if there's the two of them have got a contract to fight twice, then that's what's going to happen. But let's see. Boxing's a wild sport. May 18th, that's the focus. 2 nights away now to see an undisputed heavyweight champion, then we go from there.
How easy has Turki Alishek made making fights? I know it's your last job, it's yours and Eddie's job to make these fights, but sometimes I think he does your job for you, right?
Yeah, look, His Excellency has done an amazing job. That's why we're seeing so many great nights here. You know, taking away ego from the sport, which has probably been a problem for too long. You know, and that, I think it's great to see. It's great to see, and you know, long may it continue, bringing the best nights in boxing, not just to Saudi now, but globally as well. You know, with LA obviously announced now, and I think there's more international desire as well. So, you know, amazing, and a brilliant time for boxing, and yeah, good, and we need more of it.
He talks about LA. There is obviously rumours, and it seems to be quite concrete now, that September 21st, Wembley is when AJ is going to be fighting next. From everything that we're hearing, it's going to be the winner of Daniel Dubois and Hrgovic. Is there more you can give us in regards to that one?
No, lots of speculation, lots of talk, as you say, but no more right now. You know, lots of talks ongoing about what's next. There's big fights to be made.
Do you want to ask you about a clip that Chris Eubank Jr. has put up regarding Eddie and Gervonta Tank Davis. How do you see this whole situation? Obviously, there seems to be a lot of hatred towards Eddie right now from Gervonta Tank, which has been going for a little while now. There's been a little bit of a rivalry, and then Chris obviously putting it up with that emoji to say this and insinuating that maybe Gervonta's right on what he says.
I don't, Gervonta is what Gervonta is. He's been doing that for a long time with Eddie, hasn't he? Always back and forth between the two of them. Don't think that's ever going to change. I think that's going to continue forever, is the reality of it. And Junior is Junior. Like Eddie and him went back and forth. Stay out of it, really. So,
just a quick one on Conor Benn. When are we expecting the next movement in this case?
We want as soon as possible, but ongoing. And as soon as there's news, we'll be able to talk about it. But ongoing matter. Hopefully, it's sorted sooner rather than later, because I feel like we've been saying the same thing for about a year and a half now.
It's been a long time. All right, Frank Smith, thank you very much for talking to Pro Boxing fans. I appreciate your time as always. Top man.